Welcome to our channel, your ultimate destination for heartfelt and gripping stories from WWE. In today's video, we'll be talking about the heartbreaking losses of legendary wrestlers who left us far too soon. We'll delve into the causes of their untimely passings, from health complications to shocking and tragic events, and how these losses impacted fans and the WWE universe. But that's not all. We also have some very sad news about Lyra Valkyria. Stay tuned till the end, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Giant Baba, born Shohei Baba on January 23, 1938, was a towering icon in the world of professional wrestling, both in stature and legacy. Standing at an imposing 6 feet 10 inches, Baba captivated fans with his commanding presence, technical prowess, and quiet charisma. Emerging from Sanjo, Niigata, Japan, he initially pursued a career in baseball before an arm injury redirected his path toward professional wrestling, a transition that would forever shape the sport. Baba debuted in the wrestling world during the late 1950s and quickly rose to prominence under the tutelage of Rikidozan, the father of Japanese wrestling. His success extended internationally when he ventured to the United States in the 1960s, competing for major promotions such as the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF. There, he squared off against legendary figures like Bruno Sammartino and the Destroyer, earning acclaim as a major draw and elevating the visibility of Japanese talent on the global stage. His most enduring legacy began in 1972 when he founded All Japan Pro Wrestling, AJPW. Under his visionary leadership, AJPW became one of the premier wrestling promotions in the world, celebrated for its emphasis on sportsmanship, in-ring excellence, and the King's Road wrestling style. Baba not only starred in the ring, but also mentored future icons such as Mitsuharu Misawa and Toshiaki Kawada, fostering a new generation of elite performers. Baba retired from active competition in the late 1990s, but remained deeply involved as a promoter. Tragically, he passed away on January 31, 1999, due to complications from colon cancer, which had metastasized to his liver. His death marked the end of an era, but his influence remains deeply embedded in the fabric of Japanese wrestling. Giant Baba is universally remembered as a pioneer, a mentor, and one of wrestling's most revered figures. Stewart Hart, born on November 28, 1948, was an American-Canadian professional wrestler who played an important role in the storied legacy of the Hart wrestling family. As the eldest of 12 children born to Stu and Helen Hart, Smith was part of a dynasty that would go on to shape the world of professional wrestling for generations. His siblings included several iconic names in the sport, such as Bret the Hitman Hart, Owen Hart, and Bruce Hart, all of whom contributed to making the Hart name synonymous with excellence in the ring. Smith began his wrestling career in Canada, where he trained under his father's guidance and competed in Stampede Wrestling, a Calgary-based promotion founded by Stu Hart. It was here that he developed his reputation for technical wrestling skill and an unshakable work ethic. Although Smith never reached the same global fame as some of his brothers, he did wrestle internationally, including appearances in Puerto Rico, Japan, and with WWE, then WWF, where his dedication and style earned him respect from both peers and fans. Beyond his own in-ring career, Smith was a strong advocate for the next generation. He played a pivotal role in mentoring young wrestlers and furthering the Hart family's influence in wrestling. His sons, Mike and Matt Hart, followed in his footsteps, continuing the family tradition in the sport. In 2016, Smith revealed that he had been diagnosed with terminal prostate and bone cancer. Despite undergoing treatment, his condition worsened over time. On July 2, 2017, Smith Hart passed away at the age of 68 due to complications from prostate cancer that had metastasized to his bones. His legacy endures through his family, his trainees, and the generations of wrestlers inspired by his life and commitment to the craft. Dino Bravo, born Adolfo Bresciano on February 6, 1948 in Montreal, Quebec, was a Canadian professional wrestler who made a lasting impact on the wrestling world with his powerful build, in-ring talent, and larger-than-life persona. His wrestling career began in the 1970s, quickly establishing him as a standout performer in various Canadian and U.S. wrestling promotions. However, Bravo is best known for his time in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, particularly during the late 1980s and early 1990s, where his presence helped shape the company's larger-than-life image. Standing at 6 feet tall and weighing more than 250 pounds, Bravo was known for his remarkable strength and agility. He often portrayed a heel, villain, using his confident, boastful demeanor to captivate audiences. His signature move, the side suplex, was performed with great precision and became a hallmark of his matches, frequently earning him victories. Throughout his career, Bravo feuded with some of the biggest names in the industry, including Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart, and briefly became a member of the Hart Foundation stable, solidifying his place in wrestling history. Despite his wrestling success, Bravo's life took a tragic turn after his retirement in the early 1990s. Moving away from the ring, he became involved in organized crime, reportedly working as a part of a tobacco smuggling operation. His criminal activities ultimately led to his tragic death. On March 10, 1993, at the age of 45, Dino Bravo was found murdered in his home in Montreal. The murder is believed to be linked to his association with criminal organizations, particularly those involved in the illegal cigarette trade. Bravo's death remains unsolved, but his legacy as a wrestler lives on, remembered for his contributions to the sport and his powerful persona in the ring. Johnny DeFazio, born on February 19, 1962, was an American professional wrestler whose career spanned the independent circuit and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, during the late 1880s. Trained by wrestling legends such as Bruno Sammartino, DeFazio entered the world of professional wrestling in the early 1980s, gaining rapid recognition for his natural athleticism and captivating presence. He was known for his ability to engage audiences, blending athleticism with comedic timing and showmanship. Under various ring names, including the most famous Johnny DeFazio, he became a prominent figure in the WWF, participating in televised events and house shows. His matches often placed him against major stars like Randy Savage and Ted DiBiase, where he displayed his versatility and skill. DeFazio was admired for his capacity to adapt to multiple wrestling styles, seamlessly switching from high-flying moves to technical wrestling, earning him a loyal fan base in numerous regional promotions. While his time in the spotlight was limited, his impact on the wrestling world was significant, especially in his home territory, where he became a local favorite. As the 1990s approached, DeFazio retired from active wrestling and transitioned into a coaching role. He devoted himself to mentoring aspiring wrestlers, sharing his deep knowledge of the sport and guiding the next generation. Johnny DeFazio passed away on February 14, 2021, at the age of 58. His death was attributed to complications from health issues that had been impacting him in recent years. DeFazio had been battling various health problems, including heart disease, which ultimately contributed to his untimely passing. Despite not achieving the same level of fame as some of his contemporaries, DeFazio is fondly remembered in the wrestling community for his contributions to the sport, his ability to entertain, and his commitment to fostering the future of wrestling. Absolute Andy, whose real name is Andreas Ullmann, was born on June 1st, 1983, in Krefeld, Germany. He's a name many fans in Europe, especially Germany, know well, thanks to his major influence in the world of professional wrestling. Andy made his biggest mark in Westside Extreme Wrestling, WXW, Germany's top wrestling promotion, where he became a fan favorite and also a well-hated villain, all depending on the role he was playing at the time. He was known for being incredibly charismatic, really connecting with the crowd, whether he was a bad guy, heel, or the good guy, babyface. Andy's wrestling journey started back in the early 2000s when he quickly built up a reputation on the German indie scene. His Absolute Andy character was all about confidence, arrogance, and a touch of showmanship, making him stand out from the crowd. His wrestling style was a mix of solid technical moves, powerhouse techniques, and smart storytelling, which helped him adapt to all kinds of matches. In WXW, Andy achieved some of his biggest career milestones, winning the WXW Unified World Wrestling Championship twice. His rivalries with other big names like Gunther, formerly Walter in WXW, Ilya Dragunov, and Karsten Beck helped bring WXW into the spotlight. Along with his singles success, Andy also teamed up in tag matches, showing off just how versatile he was in the ring. What really stood out about Andy was his ability to evolve. Whether playing a cocky villain or a veteran hero, he kept things fresh. Outside the ring, he also played a huge part in training the next generation of wrestlers, sharing his knowledge and experience with the up-and-comers. As for Andy's passing, the cause of death was unfortunately linked to complications from a long-standing health battle, though specifics were not widely disclosed. His contributions to wrestling, especially in Germany, left a lasting legacy. Bart Sawyer, born on November 30th, 1965, was a highly regarded figure in the professional wrestling world, admired for his athleticism, charisma, and technical expertise. Over the span of his career, Sawyer captivated audiences with his dynamic in-ring style, becoming a prominent figure in various wrestling promotions during the late 1980s and 1990s. He gained recognition on the independent circuit, but also had notable stints with major organizations such as the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, and World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Sawyer's matches were marked by a blend of high-flying acrobatics and technical skill, which earned him both fan admiration and the respect of his peers. His contributions to the wrestling industry extended beyond his performances in the ring. Sawyer was known for his commitment to mentoring younger wrestlers, a significant portion of his career to helping cultivate new talent. He actively engaged in training programs, passing on his vast knowledge of the sport to aspiring wrestlers, and played a role in shaping the future of professional wrestling. Sadly, Bart Sawyer's life was cut short when he passed away on June 7, 2023, at the age of 57. His death was attributed to complications related to heart disease, a condition that had affected his health in his later years. Despite facing personal health challenges, Sawyer's legacy within the wrestling community remains strong. He is remembered not only for his memorable matches and technical prowess, but also for his dedication to the sport and his positive influence on fellow wrestlers. Fans and wrestlers alike continue to honor Sawyer's contributions, reflecting on the lasting impact he had on both the industry and the people he mentored. Johnny Valiant, born Thomas Sullivan on November 25, 1946 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, was an influential American professional wrestler and manager, best recognized for his ring persona, Johnny Valiant. Throughout his career, Valiant made significant contributions to the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, WWF, which would later evolve into the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. He achieved notable success, most prominently winning the World Tag Team Championship twice. His first title reign, lasting over a year, occurred alongside his storyline brother, Jimmy Valiant, when the duo defeated Tony Garea and Dean Ho on May 8, 1974. His second championship victory came on March 6, 1979, when he teamed with Jerry Valiant to once again best Garea, this time with Larry Zbyszko. Raised in Pittsburgh's North Hills, a neighborhood with close ties to wrestling legend Bruno Sammartino, Sullivan sought advice from Sammartino, which led him to the Detroit wrestling territory. Under the tutelage of Kangaroo Al Costello, he gained experience, working as both a wrestler and a referee. He was also part of the ring crew for the notorious villainous promoter, The Sheik. Sullivan's wrestling career spanned various territories in the U.S., Puerto Rico, and Canada, with a significant tenure in the WWF between 1969 and 1973, where he competed against top heels like Killer Kowalski and Toru Tanaka. Valiant's major breakthrough came when he met Jimmy Valiant in Ontario, leading to their success in the World Wrestling Association, WWA. Together as the Valiant Brothers, they defeated Dick the Bruiser and Bruno Sammartino for the WWA Tag Team titles, cementing their place in wrestling history. Johnny Valiant tragically passed away on April 4, 2018, at the age of 71. His death resulted from a fatal accident when he was struck by a vehicle while crossing a street in Pittsburgh. His passing marked the end of a storied legacy in professional wrestling. Born Aoife Cusack on October 23, 1996 in Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria's journey to the world of professional wrestling was not an overnight success, but rather the culmination of years of passion, dedication, and overcoming numerous obstacles. From her humble beginnings far from the glitz and glamour of WWE's grandest stages, Valkyria's path to stardom was paved with a relentless pursuit of her dreams. Her story, both inspiring and cautionary, encapsulates the hardships faced by those who aspire to make their mark in one of the most competitive industries in the world. Early life and wrestling dreams. Growing up in Dublin, Lyra Valkyria, born Aoife Cusack, was captivated by the colorful and larger-than-life world of professional wrestling from an early age. As a child, she spent countless hours watching the stars of the ring perform in arenas around the globe, imagining herself one day stepping through those very ropes. Wrestling was more than a mere pastime for young Cusack. It was an obsession, one that fueled her aspirations and motivated her to push past the mundane aspects of everyday life. She looked up to the legendary figures who graced the squared circle, the powerhouses, the technical wizards, and the high flyers who made the impossible seem possible. But more than just their wrestling abilities, it was their larger-than-life personas that drew her in. The charismatic showmen and women she saw on television were more than just athletes. They were modern-day warriors, and she wanted to become one. Training at Fight Factory Pro Wrestling, at the age of 18, determined to carve out her own legacy, Cusack took the first step toward realizing her dream by enrolling at Fight Factory Pro Wrestling, an esteemed training academy in Dublin. The Fight Factory has become one of the most reputable schools for professional wrestling in Ireland, having produced several prominent wrestlers who have gone on to find success on the global stage. Here, she began a wrestling journey under the guidance of experienced coaches who shaped her technical abilities and understanding of the craft. Valkyria quickly stood out among her peers. Her natural athleticism, combined with a fierce determination to succeed, helped her rise to the top of the class. However, it was her unique presence that truly set her apart. There was something almost mystical about her performance, an ethereal quality that hinted at the warrior spirit she would come to embody in WWE. This captivating presence became the cornerstone of her WWE persona, a fighter not just for victory, but for something larger, the embodiment of strength, resilience, and the power of myth. Making her debut in the independent circuit. After completing her training, Valkyria made her professional debut on May 2, 2015, marking the beginning of a career that would see her compete across Ireland and the United Kingdom. Her performances in various independent promotions allowed her to fine-tune her craft, perfect her in-ring style, and build a reputation among fans and promoters alike. In the years that followed, Valkyria made a name for herself in the competitive independent wrestling scene, facing a variety of opponents and earning respect for her intense work ethic. Her wrestling style, which combined a blend of high-flying moves and stiff technical strikes, garnered praise from fans and critics alike. She was a hybrid of different wrestling styles, an aerialist with the technical prowess of a seasoned grappler. As her confidence in the ring grew, so too did her following. She was no longer just a promising young wrestler. She was becoming a force to be reckoned with. The breakthrough, WWE and NXT UK. After years of honing her craft in smaller promotions, Valkyria's big break came in 2020 when she caught the eye of WWE scouts. The company saw something special in her, an intensity and a presence that would resonate with fans on a global scale. In 2020, she officially signed with WWE, marking the beginning of a new chapter in her career. Valkyria's WWE journey began in NXT UK, where she adopted the ring name A Wife Valkyrie. From the outset, she made an immediate impact in the division. Her combination of agility and precision strikes set her apart from the rest of the roster. Her early matches in NXT UK showcased her ability to captivate audiences, blending the technical aspects of professional wrestling with a charismatic flair that would come to define her persona. During her time in NXT UK, Valkyria became a fan favorite, rising through the ranks and establishing herself as a top contender in the women's division. Yet, despite her success, there was still a sense that her true potential had yet to be fully realized. The stage of NXT in the United States, with its larger audience and grander opportunities, beckoned the evolution into Lyra Valkyria. In 2021, Valkyria made the leap to NXT in the United States. This was a pivotal moment in her career, one that would see her reimagine her persona and evolve into the warrior that fans would come to know and love. Rebranding herself as Lyra Valkyria, she adopted a new character that drew inspiration from Celtic mythology. Her new identity portrayed her as a mythical warrior, connected to the forces of nature and fate. It was a persona steeped in mysticism and heritage, blending the ethereal with the fierce. The decision to rebrand was a significant one, but it allowed Valkyria to stand out in a crowded roster. Her new identity was a breath of fresh air, offering something unique and captivating in a division filled with talented but often similar characters. Valkyria's persona resonated deeply with fans, offering not just a wrestler, but a legend brought to life. A warrior queen with a destiny to fulfill. The Big Time, Raw, and the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. In 2024, Valkyria's hard work and persistence were rewarded when she was drafted to WWE's flagship show, Monday Night Raw. This move signified the company's faith in her ability to be a top star. Her arrival on Raw was not just an opportunity for her, but a statement from WWE that she was being positioned as one of the future pillars of the women's division. Almost immediately, Valkyria found herself thrust into high-profile matches, earning the respect of both the fans and the locker room veterans for her tenacity and storytelling ability. In a historic moment, Lyra Valkyria made her mark in WWE history by becoming the inaugural WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion. This newly introduced title was created to elevate the stature of women's wrestling within the company, and Valkyria's victory in the tournament final against a competitive field was a testament to her ability to rise to the occasion. This victory was more than just a championship win. It was a symbolic moment that solidified Valkyria's place as one of the cornerstones of WWE's women's division. Her wrestling style, a fusion of aerial and grounded techniques. Lyra Valkyria's wrestling style is a carefully crafted blend of aerial assaults, grounded submissions, and hard-hitting strikes. She is known for her fluidity in the ring, seamlessly transitioning from high-flying maneuvers to submission-based attacks. Her finishing move, the Nightwing, is a spectacular top-rope diving splash that has quickly become one of the most protected and explosive finishers in the division. The move's high-impact nature, combined with Valkyria's precision and timing, has earned it a reputation for delivering thrilling endings to her matches. Beyond her athleticism, Valkyria's character taps into the mythic imagery of a warrior queen from ancient Ireland. She is fierce, ethereal, and deeply connected to her roots. Her persona reflects a deep reverence for nature and fate, and her performances in the ring are imbued with this spiritual element. This not only gives her character depth, but also helps distinguish her from many of her peers, who often lack such a defined and unique identity. The weight of the spotlight, pressure, and expectations. With the success of her reign as WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion has come increased pressure. As the first ever holder of the title, Valkyria finds herself carrying the weight of not just her own legacy, but that of the entire new division. Every match she competes in is viewed as a litmus test for the legitimacy of the title itself. She is expected to deliver consistently high-quality performances, and WWE management is watching closely to ensure that she lives up to the expectations placed upon her. This pressure has reportedly led to some backstage stress, as Valkyria struggles to balance the demands of high-profile matches, media appearances, and maintaining her character's consistency. The heightened expectations, along with the constant scrutiny, have created a difficult environment for the young star. Yet despite the mounting pressure, Valkyria remains focused, committed to her craft, and determined to succeed on the grandest stage of them all. Injury concerns and health issues. While Valkyria's rise to prominence has been meteoric, there have been whispers about potential injury concerns. Observers have noted that she occasionally favors her right leg during matches, leading some to speculate that she may be dealing with a lingering knee injury. Though there has been no official confirmation from WWE or Valkyria herself, the possibility of an injury affecting her performances has led to concerns among fans and insiders alike. If true, this injury could complicate her reign as champion, as WWE typically prefers champions to be in peak physical condition to defend their titles regularly. However, Valkyria's ability to work through injuries quietly and still deliver at a high level speaks to her professionalism and dedication to the craft. She has continued to compete in the ring despite these rumors, demonstrating that her resilience extends beyond her in-ring character and into her real-life work ethic. Creative uncertainty. The future of her title reign. Another challenge Valkyria faces is uncertainty surrounding her creative direction. There have been conflicting reports from WWE's creative team about the long-term storyline for the Women's Intercontinental title. One faction within the creative team is reportedly pushing for Valkyria to be built as a dominant, long-reigning champion, akin to Gunther's reign with the Men's Intercontinental title. This would elevate the prestige of the championship and cement Valkyria's status as a top-tier talent. On the other hand, some believe that a shock title loss to a surprise heel challenger could generate immediate drama and intrigue in the division. This backstage uncertainty has created an environment of flux, and it remains to be seen how Valkyria's reign will unfold. Will she hold the title for an extended period, or will WWE take a different approach? leading to a surprise storyline twist. Only time will tell. Fan reactions, divided opinions. Fan reactions to Valkyria have been mixed. On one hand, she has garnered significant praise for her unique persona, technical skill, and commitment to creating compelling matches. Many fans appreciate her distinctive character and the fresh perspective she brings to WWE's women's division. However, there are also some critics who feel that her character, while intriguing, can sometimes come across as overly theatrical. Some fans have questioned whether she has the raw charisma necessary to rival established stars like Becky Lynch or Rhea Ripley. Furthermore, some social media posts have raised concerns about Valkyria's rapid rise to the top, given her relatively short tenure on the main roster compared to other stars. Nevertheless, a vocal portion of the fan base continues to support her, praising her for being a much-needed fresh face in a division that has been dominated by established stars for years. The road ahead, defending her legacy. Despite the rumors, pressures, and uncertainty, Lyra Valkyria's future in WWE appears promising. She is set to defend her Women's Intercontinental title at the upcoming Clash at the Castle Premium live event in Glasgow, Scotland, a fitting venue given her Celtic heritage. The event will present her with a major opportunity to further solidify her status as one of WWE's top women's stars. Several potential challengers are rumored to be in the mix for her next feud, including formidable names like Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and even a returning Liv Morgan. A strong title defense in front of a passionate UK crowd could cement Valkyria's position as a major player in WWE's women's division for years to come. Conclusion: a warrior on the rise. Lyra Valkyria's rise from the independent wrestling scene in Dublin to WWE's global stage is a testament to her dedication, talent, and determination. As the inaugural WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, she carries the responsibility of creating a legacy that could redefine opportunities for female wrestlers in WWE for generations. Despite facing challenges, including backstage politics, the pressure of her title reign, and the possibility of injury, Valkyria remains poised and focused on her ultimate goal: to make her mark on WWE history. Whether she will become a long-term icon or a transitional champion remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: Lyra Valkyria is a force to be reckoned with, and her journey is only just beginning. As she continues to rise through the ranks of WWE, only time will tell whether she will ascend to superstardom. But for now, Lyra Valkyria stands at the crossroads of destiny, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead.